hate that there's
Shabam. Shabam.
As soon as I say I hate that there's no countdown. You're live.
Right. I miss what's it, Be Live for that reason, but I don't miss that they were so shitty.
My vape makes me cough. I'm doing all right. So this is like what, week 3 of quitting smoking, and I'm doing very well. I've got a vape. Somebody actually gave me a vape as a gift, which was really nice. Vanessa, you're frozen. Why are you frozen?
Okay.
Oh, you just got frozen, and you got frozen.
Yeah, you were frozen too.
You were frozen in the weirdest position ever. Your eyes.
I hope that's going to be on the internet forever.
I'm sorry. Anyway, forget my quitting smoking journey. Just plan on me coughing a whole bunch because I'm still getting used to having vape.
Yeah, no, she does not have COVID. She has, I quit.
I don't have COVID. I have vape lung, okay? I'm probably getting popcorn lungs, which my lungs were totally fine with smoking Newport 100s, but the vape is going to actually be the thing that kills me. The thing I'm using to help quit smoking is going to be the fucking, what actually takes me out.
Listen, it's 2020. I fucking believe it. Like, I feel like all the things that are unlikely are totally likely.
Yeah, I have to read you this meme that I found before that I thought was so hysterical. Hold on. It was so good. Okay, it's a tweet actually. My roommate started vaping to quit smoking, but now he vapes too much, so he started smoking again to quit vaping. Incredible. That's going to be me. I definitely hit the vape way more than I smoke, which I smoke a lot. Yeah. So
I have heard that from a lot of people who switched over. They're like, well, I can vape in my house, so I just do it a lot, whereas they would maybe not normally smoke in the house, so they're smoking less because it's a pain in the ass.
Listen, I smoke in my bedroom, I smoke in my apartment, but I really try not to smoke as much because, you don't want a hot box room. You don't want your apartment to stink. You don't want your house to stink. So with this, I'm certainly smoking more because I could do it in the house and it's not going to hurt anybody, Right. So anyway, we have a lot to talk about this week. Forget me vaping. We have so much to talk about this week.
We have a lot to talk about this week. Well, we didn't go last week. Right?
We didn't go last week. Yeah. We didn't. I think both of us were kind of in meltdown status last week, I feel like.
Oh, that is 100% true. Yeah. On my end.
We were both having nervous breakdowns. I definitely was. I mean, I could speak for myself in saying I was definitely melting down. I was at a peak.
I was melting down, but I was a little bit just like I've been saying, I was saying to somebody the other day, I was like, I am feeling weird because I'm normally so super anxious and so kind of out of control when it comes to micromanaging everything about my life.
Yeah.
And it's I actually haven't cared. And so I'm a little bit concerned about that where I'm like, am I going to fall into depression or is this what's called flow? And I finally just are letting things happen instead of trying to be a control freak. I'm trying to figure out the two because some stuff happened and I was like, I don't care. And
whatever.
And I never not care.
Listen, here, this is what happens from having so many meltdowns in a row is your body for self-preservation. It's just I am now in silent mode. I'm in off mode right now.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening is that for self-preservation, your body is don't care about this, fuck this, and kind of throw it behind your shoulder. I'm that happens to me too. I'll have so many meltdowns that I'm well, what's fucking next? Is a tornado going to rip through my living room? Because I really don't know,
Yeah.
But anyway, we have so let's tell everybody why we are, it's freezing in hell while hell is freezing over and we're ice skating with Tanya Harding in it. Why pigs are flying over your apartment right now or your house right now. Let's get everybody in the loop of Vanessa land.
Yeah.
This is shocking. This is shocking.
Yeah, this is shocking. This is shocking to me.
Oh my God, is it?
I feel like it was one of those things where when I made the decision to do this, I was just like, sure, what could go wrong? Like, which is not normal. Like for me, it's like, here's the list of things that could go wrong and why I'm not going to do it.
I was going to say there's a lot that can go wrong there. So I'm glad you felt that way, because not only am I happy for you, but this is actually great show material, because I'm not doing it ever again. So tell everybody what you're doing.
If anybody has watched Making Fetch Happen since the beginning, every week when we were doing Man Crush Monday, it was like none. When we were doing, or Jason Momoa is my only man crush ever. Like, some celebrity that like whatever. Yeah, never. I was never gonna do this again, but I got bored. I got a migraine on Tuesday of last week, and was laying on the couch with my eyes closed, contemplating my life, as one does with their eyes closed with a migraine. And I was just like, well, what am I doing with my life? What do I want for my life? I was thinking about business-wise. I was thinking whatever. And I was like, do I want to be alone? I know I like being alone. I know I'm not like pining away and being like, oh, I wish that I had love. But I was like, do I want to be alone? What if there's a like super amazing person out there, like somebody who's like me? Like I keep saying, if I could find someone that's like me, I probably would be okay with like sharing my space with them, because they would understand me and I wouldn't have to like fight them, basically, because I will fight them.
Pigs are already flying. Okay, continue. Pigs have flown. Pigs have flown just at this, like, this whole thing alone that you're saying. Go ahead.
Right. The idea that I would ever even think of sharing my space. So anyway, a friend of mine who lives close, we've been doing like lots of girl chatting, and we have a lot of the same issues going on. So she had said, I have actually allowed myself to chat with some people on some dating websites. And I don't know if it was competition, because we know that I like to win. And I also don't like to miss out. So I was a little bit like, well, if she can do it, maybe I should try. Like she, you know what I mean? Like she felt like I felt, and she's okay. So
your friend jumps off a bridge and you followed her, is in other words.
Because it looked fun. It looked fun. She didn't get hurt. So why not? Anywho,
all right,
sorry,
wait, girl, we have feedback coming through on my text message. I wasn't being rude.
It's all good.
I wasn't being rude by looking at my phone. You are completely blurry. Just you, not me.
Why?
Because I wanted to know if like other people were seeing it, or it was.
Because I got pushed back on. Hold on. Now, this. MFN. I'm telling you, I'm feeling a lot like the universe is like, don't talk about it, dude. You're going to jinx it.
No, it's just your computer wigging out.
I don't understand why my computer. No, but it just switched back to that channel. Like I told you that I don't want it on.
Is there any way to turn that off another way? You're starting to come back in better.
I don't know how to do it. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Not better. I'm getting messages. No, not better. Okay, that's a little better.
Behind. A little. Okay. So
they're behind. No, he can hear. No, he can hear us through that.
But they're not behind. They're not like a second behind. A couple
There's
seconds
not a lag. Better. He said. Okay. Nope. We're good. All right. Continue speaking.
I am a fan. I feel it. I feel something. I'm just not sure what it is.
You don't want to talk about it if you feel like you're jinxing.
I want to, but I feel I'm a little bit like, what's the message? What's the message I'm getting here?
Oh, stop it with that.
Oh, I'm not going to believe in messages after what is going on in my life right now. The universe is literally directing my life. I'm listening.
All right. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
Well, I want to talk about it, but I feel like I get what I'm not supposed to talk about, so I won't.
Don't talk about what you're not supposed to talk about. So say why what you did because your friend was doing it. You jumped off a bridge because your friend was.
Yeah, I jumped off a bridge because she didn't die when she jumped off the bridge. So I said fun. And so I jumped off the bridge and I started going on dating apps, which, as we all know, I hate. I
want to let you know.
In 10 years because I hate it.
I literally almost fell off my bed when I saw that you were doing it. I almost fell off my bed that I was sitting on.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. But I also, okay, so then I came up with the idea, maybe I'll just write a book about this whole process. And I started like screenshotting like some of the ridiculous shit that people put in my inbox, some of the ridiculous shit that they put on their profiles that they think are going to make us swoon. Like I have this whole folder in my phone of screenshots of just I'm going crazy on this. Like, this is going to be nuts. It's going to be like probably a year-long project because I hate this. No, instead, the second person I started talking to, I decided I really liked, and everything is exactly what I asked for. And so I don't really know what to do with that information. I also feel like, I guess the book's going to be different.
I think that what the lesson is here is that you should never count anything out. That's how I feel about it. It's like the universe is telling you that you counted out doing something like this and it happened to work out for right now. And we can't predict the future, and we don't want to put the kibosh on anything, and we don't want to go into it negatively. Who knows if it's going to work out? Who knows if it's not? But the important lesson here is that you never thought that you would meet somebody, and you met somebody you liked the second shot in.
Right.
So things can only get.
I like somebody who literally checked off all the boxes I thought were ridiculous. Yeah. I made a ridiculous list. It was like, nobody ever is going to do this.
I'm glad that you made your ridiculous list and you have checked the majority of the things off.
Yeah. So it's pretty weird. I don't know what I feel like, and I feel like this is like, part of it is, even if this is not the situation, even if this is not the thing that, goes on forever or whatever, I'm supposed to learn that it is not impossible. Because that was another thing. I had a friend who was telling me that I couldn't have a Hallmark relationship because it wasn't real. And
I'm one of those people. I don't think a Hallmark relationship is real. I think that if you love somebody, like say you're a year from now, you're completely butt crazy in love, you're moving towards the correct direction of, creating a future with that person. It's not a Hallmark movie. There's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be shit that happens that you don't plan for.
But there are those things in Hallmark. The only thing that's different is that they handle it with grace. No, the difference is they always handle it with grace in Hallmark. They don't go ape shit like I do.
There's also no gay people in Hallmark. I don't think you'd like to be in the Hallmark universe, because where would all your male friends be?
No, I don't want to go in the whole. I didn't mean that. I just kind of meant like.
No, I know what you're saying, and I'm making jokes.
That I would be able to find someone like me. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you want a little bit more Hallmark and a little bit less Lifetime. I totally get it.
Yes. Well, that's actually on my profile. It says I'm on a quest here for more Hallmark, less ID channel. And so I feel like anybody who messaged me after that, like, really understood what they were what they were facing when it came to my attitude.
Only down south can you fucking put that in a dating profile.
I'm upset that I never put it anywhere before. You know why? Because when I made my profile, I went ridiculous because I was like, you know what? This is a joke, but I'm just going to be who I actually am. And I am a sarcastic person. So one of my pictures, which happens to be one of the most popular pictures, is a picture of me holding a plate of bacon in front of my face. It is not attractive. Brilliant. It's just me with a plate of bacon.
Actually, that is super attractive. I am down
apparently. Then there's a picture of me in front of the TV waiting for hockey to come on, and I look quite psycho. Also, that's there. Because that's what I look like when hockey's about to come on.
Show them what you got right off the bat. Be like, this is the kind of lunatic you're dealing with, and I hope you like it.
When they asked what I was looking for, it was like, I'm 41. I've been there, done that. I'm not going to hook up with you. Like, it's right out there. So I have less messages.
Hook up with you even more.
It's been working. I have had way less messages than I ever have because I mean, like, I'm a mom, and I'm like saying, if you don't bring the Hallmark, you can't be here. So,
do you think that you can read us some of the messages that you have received?
Of course I can.
Yes. While she's looking for the receipts of the pigs on the fucking online dating universe, I want to tell you a funny story. Because I think that the episode we talked about this actually got deleted. But anyway, when I went down to Myrtle Beach last October, I was down there to see Vanessa. And that's when I decided that I was going to go on Tinder because I had just broken up with somebody and I wanted to get laid. And if you want me to be quite honest with you. And some guy who looked like John Popper from Blues Traveler, but when he was obese. Okay, so not like skinny John Popper that is actually a normal looking guy, but like John Popper when he was like 500 pounds. He sent me a message. I had one of my modeling pictures up there that was like me wearing this dress that was like maroon and white, off-white tie-dyed. And the guy sent me a message asking if my dress was made out of prosciutto. So my response, because I'm a giant apple, my response was, it looks like you think of Italian deli meats a lot. No, it is not. And
I'm a lover of a good prosciutto. I mean, I really am. And like, I appreciate if you want to tell me like at some point, like I like prosciutto, but don't tell me my dress. It means you're looking at me and you see meat.
Food.
Literally meat.
No, I can't. Like, I felt like I was like, does he see like Lady Gaga when she was dressed up as bacon at one of the awards shows? Like, what is happening here? The guy liked food. Clearly, he liked food. But it was one of the most bizarre because I'm used to getting like, do you want to fuck messages? But like are you wearing a prosciutto dress was not exactly what I am.
Right. And you know, so here's the thing. When I look at some of the things that people have written on their profiles, some of them are funny. Others, you can tell that they're like just trying to be different. And I just think some people have a handle on it. Some absolutely do not.
No, some don't understand the difference between being different and being a giant creeper. Like what sounds like you are a giant fucking weirdo. Talk about a little SID channel. You know what I mean? It's like, you sound like a serial killer, man. You might want to tone back that profile there.
Like we could just do normal talk. Like that's how I feel. Like I actually deleted the first 2 shit conversations that I had because I had already posted. Oh, actually they're on Facebook. So I can find them on Facebook. But they were the first 2 messages that I got. And I was like, fuck this whole thing. I'm not doing it. Like I'm not going here again where I have to see this shit in my inbox because even though you're not answering, it's just annoying to repeatedly be treated like your body is the only thing that's worthy. And you just get tired of seeing that and it makes you feel even more jaded. So I was like, well, here we go. Like it was to me like it's on, bitches. Like you want to do that? Like, yeah. But it was the first 2. And let's see, where do they go?
All right.
I've been shit posting a lot. So I had to scroll.
Oh my God.
Scroll a little bit. Let's see.
I'm dying.
Please don't die.
No.
Okay. So here they are. All right. So one guy, it started out normal, but on the 4th message, because the normal was like, hey, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm doing great. His message back was something about, you know, he was supposed to have a massage today and oh, bummer, it got canceled or some shit. So my dumbass walks right into that. I was like, that sucks. You know, like it sucks when you're looking forward to something and you don't get to have it.
And then it was, wanna give me one?
Then it was, wait, I don't get a massage if dating you? Not fair. And I was like, how does this even compute in what I just fucking said?
I don't know, but Coco just popped up as in the back of Coco is like,
yeah, that's bullshit.
Member of making fetch happen. She's like, I think it's bullshit too, Mom.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, Mom, I'm glad you didn't let that guy come around because he sucks.
Like, what a fucking idiot. Like, yeah. I can't, like, what a weirdo.
Yeah. Like, it's just,
oh.
And again, so I feel like he thought like he was going to be different. So if he didn't come at it with like blatant whatever, I might be like, hee hee. Like, there's no hee hee left in me.
Like, all of the hee is gone out of both of us. I second that. All of the you're so cute. I don't have the strength to fucking do that.
No, like I'm like I put it out into the universe. It was like the first time I'm just gone. Like, I'm not gonna like
right. Like, I'm not going to be like, you're an idiot, you're a dick. It's just gonna be like, bye.
Silence.
So you block them and shut that shit down, I'm guessing.
I just didn't answer. Like, I just was like, if he answers again or whatever and I have to block, I just didn't answer and just like went and did.
Moving on. Okay. Yep. Next.
So then there was this guy, he was very cute. And one of his pictures, he had made like the okay symbol, you know, like the arm punch, like the circle game. And I thought it was funny because I have a little bit of like, you know, childishness inside me. I do. And it's funny, I thought. So I commented on that. And his response directly, after I said something like, that picture is very funny. That's all I said. His response is a picture of Samantha from Sex and the City. And it says, wanna fuck?
I saw. I can't. That is literally like all of their lines. Like, that's all of their lines.
Yeah, I was like, so I wrote, damn it, why? Because I literally was just like, you can't even pretend. So I wrote, damn it, why? And no, but good luck to you on your quest. Like, sayonara with your douchebaggery. I'm not here for it.
On your douchebaggery.
Yeah, like, I'm just over. So anyway, like, I went on because I felt like, you know, this is my journey and my book.
We must persevere.
We must persevere. So I said to myself, rather than messaging people, because clearly that is evoking a response of just be an idiot to the floor.
With all of your sexual prowess, like.
Right. Yes. It means just come straight in and wag your stuff around, see if I go for it. So, but all right. So some of these people on their profiles are really freaking cute. Like, the way that they say stuff is very cute. So it kind of kept me in. And then some are weird. Like, you should not go out with me if you think you will get to hold the remote control.
Oh, nice flex, bro. Like, you're out of here.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, is that bait to find like somebody to fight with? Because maybe
it's
a little bit
right out there. He wants somebody barefoot and pregnant making him a sandwich. That's exactly what the fuck that is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm putting my feet up for the rest of this. This is so good.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I have been having a good time until the shit got real, and then I was like, I don't know what to do now. Yeah, I'm in a place. I'm in danger. You weren't
expecting that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm really happy it did, though. It to me, it opens new doorways for you, and it shows that not everyone out there is a complete piece of shit.
Right. And it also showed me something, because it's like, normally I would be like, goodbye. Like, you're not, like, you are the person I'll let share my space. And like, whoa. It was always that way, where it was like, oh, I'll pick a douchebag because I'll kick him out. Like, I don't have a problem with it. It won't be hard. It won't be hard to leave this person.
Because I'll kick him out.
Yeah. Well, because I will. Or I'll leave. Whatever I have to do.
I know. Listen, I don't want to talk about my dating life at all. I'm not here for that. This is your week.
Vinny has something to explain.
Sorry, the weight of our balls cuts off the circulation to our brain. We're sorry too, Vinny.
Yeah, we are sorry. But
we are sorry too.
If somebody were to say that immediately after saying something dumb,
you might almost forgive them.
I might almost be like, listen, I'll talk to you for another 5 minutes.
Let's see where this goes.
Watch your fucking mouth.
The sharing the remote thing, though, that is like the weirdest flex ever. Like, all right, we get it. You're a manly man, masculine dude. You're going to order your wife to go in the kitchen and make you a sandwich naked or something.
Or again, you're like a borderline personality disorder where you're looking for somebody to answer that and go, I'll hold the fucking remote if I want. So now you have, you can find somebody to fight.
A reaction. It's a reactionary thing, or they really are that like person that is just filled with too much testosterone that needs to calm down.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was also this gentleman who said, we're the same type of weird if you would also open a spite store.
A what?
A spite store.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. I was like,
not a good weird. Not a good weird.
Yeah. I was like, you're really pissed off at life. I feel like that is you just let everybody know that you're spiteful. Cool.
Yeah. I don't.
Bro.
That is not the thing. Like, that is, like, so weird. And it is also letting me know that if I do something to piss you off, you're going to do something crazy, spiteful, and dickish.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get into a fight, and you're going to, like, run over the cat or something. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Like, I just can't take, like, no.
Right, right. Or you're going to take to the, as soon as I do one thing that pisses you off, you're going to take to the frickin' sky and put a skywriting thing on me. Total psycho. Because you're
that's not normal. That's not normal. I want to know, do you not have a girl bestie? Like, when you put stuff like that up, okay, like, as you know, one of my best friends is a guy. So he's always like doing fucked up shit and being like, Paige, this is what I did. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't do that because that's fucked up and crazy. So like, if he came to me and showed me his dating profile and it said something like that, I'm like, let's sit down and chat about why this is not a good idea and exactly how you're going to attract the wrong person.
Exactly.
And what this makes you look like, man. Like, do you not have a girl bestie to tell you, like, don't think you should say that?
Yeah.
Because, guy friends are just kind of like,
Yeah. Well, and they're also in competition. So they're like, if your profile's dumber than mine, I'm going to get all the vagina.
Yeah. Yep.
Anywho, yeah. That is a perfect segue into the next one I had chosen. Most people that know me would say, Matt, you are the smartest dumb person they know. Katie. So apparently his girl bestie said that about him and he decided to put that on his profile.
He's fucking Katie.
First of all. I just don't, there's so many things I don't understand about it because it's also like, you're the smartest dumb person. That is not how you advertise yourself.
Okay, so I actually think that if he had just written, I'm the smartest dumb person that you're going to meet, it's very cheeky. It's kind of funny. I get why he would think that like that I could see as being kind of like sarcastic and funny. The fact that you're putting that your best friend has said this about you and posed it the way that you did, now you're a fucking weirdo and it looks like you're fucking Katie. Sorry.
I mean, I guess I didn't see it as that because I was just kind of like,
I get why you wouldn't, but it's
maybe he did ask his girl bestie, like, what should I write on there? And she said that and cannot believe that he wrote it on his profile because she was
she's in love with him and was like, write this. This should do it.
You can tell the kind of movies we watch.
Hey, Matt, write this.
Sabotage.
Write this. This should do the trick. And then her like turning around and blinking at her girl bestie, like.
Yeah, right. Like
it should work, right?
Nobody.
Yeah, we're horrible. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to like see because some of the things I feel like some of them because I was going to play a game again. Like I had all these big plans and they got all messed up. So I had a plan where I was going to put up like 2 different things and say like have a game like maybe once a week. Which one do you think I answered? Like, which prompt do you think that Vanessa would have answered?
Okay, so wait, I have an idea. Don't read too many of them. I think that once a week when we run out of shit to talk about, which isn't often, but like, save these, and we're going to once a week pose people a question. Which one do you think that I responded to on Making Fetch Happen? And people can respond in the comments and let us know which one.
I like it.
I like this game a lot. This is a funny idea.
Good. Then I'll keep doing it. Because again, I was a little bit like, well, now I have to go on these stupid websites now. And like, I wanted to do it for fun, but now I don't want to do it. Ugh.
No, it should be fun, but
Anywho.
save a couple for days that we don't have anything to talk about. It could be our new game to play.
Okay.
All right.
You should date me if you like if you like water. You already like 72% of me.
Oh my God.
Dad joke.
He's gonna fucking ask you to meet him to play Dungeons and Dragons on your first date. I'm not making fun of nerds. I'm a fucking nerd, but that's extra special, man.
Yeah, I liked that
special.
one. I actually thought it was really funny. And
I am so not laughing. I hate it. I'm uncomfortable with that. Nope.
Yeah. You know why? Because again, like I'm starting to get into the like, oh, the clever ones are the ones that are gonna pull some shit on me. Like the ones who tell me dad jokes probably are they can't pull any shit on me because they don't know what they do.
Basic as hell, and you're not basic, so that sounds sharp as the cue ball.
Yeah. Poor Matt.
Matt, we're sorry.
Matt, so it could be any Matt in this entire world.
Yeah. Matt, don't listen to Katie anymore. It's not funny.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one straight from the bio. Let's hang out, get some overpriced or cheap wine, and talk about our past traumatic experiences and future expectations. Willing to lie about how we met, when we met, COVID era. One last thing. You buy drinks until you look like your pictures and vice versa.
I love that. See, that guy is in. That guy is totally fucking in. That's my sense of humor right there.
Exactly.
What's his name? No.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding.
I purposefully screenshotted them without anything so that they could be unidentifiable because I knew I was going to put them on. But I also was like, I need to not, if I get into a worse mode, go back to some of these people who need to be forgotten.
I like this one. This one I think is a keeper.
Yes, I think so. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I have a lot. Oh, this wonderful gentleman whose part of his profile is, I probably designed what you were wearing.
So he's gay?
His head is ginormous, obviously. He thinks that he is the man. I was a little like, okay. All
right, Lauren, calm the fuck down.
Yeah. Okay. So here's another one, and this one I want to fucking say his name out loud, but I'm not going to. So he starts off nice. And some dudes I know. Okay, so if I were sitting with my hockey team and showed them this, they would be like, it's not that bad. Because they think that if you're not talking about me, it's not bad. So, anyway, so there's a little bit of small talk. What are you doing today? Whatever. So this guy answers, binge watching Spartacus, not sure if it's a TV show or soft porn. Oh. So right there, I'm like, well, here we go. But I'm in mode of, well, I need some screenshots. So let's see what happens.
I need some screenshots for my book. I'll let you know what happens.
Exactly. So I write, not at all where I thought something titled Spartacus would go. That's for sure. If it's binge worthy, it must be good though, right? So I'm innocent. I have no idea where we're going.
Oh, Vanessa.
Yes. I mean, it has all the vices of man: tits, ass, sex, violence, blood, guts, gambling, prostitution. Too much man ass and dicks though.
Homophobe.
Also, what?
It's true though. A lot. Well, Game of Thrones, straight men say that shit about Game of Thrones all the time.
But you know what I don't need? Those fucking words. You're testing me. You're testing me to see how far you can push me already. Like I
don't think that's. Do you think so? Because I don't even think that's what he was doing. Because I didn't even give that a reaction.
Mm-hmm. I said, sounds like I will skip it, but to each his or her own right. Right, question mark. I wouldn't expect too many guys to be psyched to jump into a Gilmore Girls marathon, LOL. You know, like kind of being like, hey, I mean, that's man stuff. And I'm like, hey, whatever. His response is, fuck yeah, I would. Rory is fucking hot.
I don't think he's that bad, though, to be honest with you. I think he could be a lot worse.
Well, that's okay. And this is where we're at. That's not what we do anymore.
No, I don't do that. I don't do any of this.
Because he wasn't a blatant fucking asshole, but you know what? He's not.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
He's not being respectful at all. You don't know me, and to assume that you should like.
I wouldn't go out with him. I'm just saying I don't think that that's the worst that could have happened.
Of course not. But we don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like men need to not do that.
Next kind of situation, like next. Yeah, like skip it. But he's not the most heinous person out there.
Of course not. Of course not. Because the most heinous guy so far is the guy who literally just said want to fuck.
I think the worst guy is the one who pretends to be fucking nice and is a raging sack of shit.
Well, yes, that's
who I think is.
You know what? Here's
the worst, but we haven't come up with that one yet. We don't know.
Anybody who is a sack of shit is the worst, whether they come out with it up front or whether they trick us into wasting some of our time. But again, like what I'm learning on here, and the reason why I think that I am getting different like responses than normal, other than these few. But I mean, my inbox used to be ridiculous the last time. I mean, over and over and over again. It was like I was attracting these people.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, when I do you remember when we so people like that just joined us recently won't remember, but when we first started making Fetch Happen, we were having a lot of problems with the streams and stuff. But I was on Tinder, and there was one point that I had like 49 messages or something absurd, because you could see the preview of the message, and just by what the preview started with, I was like, I'm not even going to fucking open this. Like, I'm not opening this because I'm just going to get aggravated because people are scumbags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm not even fucking opening this.
Yeah. But this is how I feel about even that, is that I'm on a level of, I'm sorry, if you're going to try to test me, that again shows that you don't respect or want to get to know me. Those messages have nothing to do with getting to know me, other than seeing how far you can push, seeing what I'm going to expect
you're
from you.
Like, stop, or I'm not talking to you again, or maybe you're not going to have boundaries. There are so many women that are so desperate.
And that's the low-key shit that we are supposed to be paying attention to that we don't, because we will say, that's not so bad. It is, man, because it is a boundary
just because I don't think something is so bad doesn't mean I'm going to go on a date with the person. I just want to clarify that.
But if you're a man and you're listening,
the pool of weirdos, that's the least probably. Like, I am totally... There are so many women. This is what ruins it for us, okay? That there are so many women that will put up with the most incredible amount of bullshit, even right in the beginning, even all the crazy. I've been one at points in my life, and I don't think that you are always like that, Vanessa.
No, but I've been that, absolutely.
You have been, but like we're past that now. Like, it's just like there are so many women that are our age that are still willing to accept that bad behavior, and we're not anymore. So it's just like, but like those women ruin it for us, because guys are used to testing the waters and seeing how far that they can push you. And some of the women don't push back, and it's a problem. It's a problem for everybody else. You know what I mean? That doesn't want to put up with that fucking bullshit. You're making that the norm. I don't want that to be the norm.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be the norm. That's bullshit.
Right.
Like, I'm sick of shit men.
Exactly. And I stopped responding to him. And then his next message was like a more kind message, but I was like, oh no, because now I know that what you've done, I know that exactly what I think you did is what you've done. Now you're gonna pull back and act like you respect me, because you're like, oh, okay, that didn't work. And it's like, yeah, you're damn right it didn't work.
It didn't work, and you can't unring the bell. Thank you.
Right. Exactly.
That would be accurate in my case.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I may not look like Satan, but I can turn into Satan pretty effing quick if I need to.
There's horns and the tail underneath this big head of hair of mine. There's a tail underneath this dress. I'm telling you, man. Don't fuck with me. I am at don't fuck with me status in my life. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I just am.
Well, that really is how I am, and I am seeing that like all those low key things that I would have accepted because I would have been like, that's so funny. It's like not funny because I'm able to see it as a disrespect, which is how it is. Like, that's how it is.
It is disrespectful. You see it for what it is. I'm really glad that you see that now, and you're not going to put up with any of these crap.
No, nobody's. I don't care how hot you are. It's not happening. Jason Momoa.
I have to be totally honest.
I have Jason Momoa standards because he is hot as shit. He loves his
wife. He's the nicest human in the world. He's the nicest human in the world. He's charitable. He's compassionate. He's a good fucking husband. He's a good father. He's a good stepfather. He's legit. He is not just smoking hot and built like a motherfucker. He's legit. Like I have to tell you, like, being super hot is like literally the last thing on my list nowadays. Like it is the last thing on my fucking list. Being compassionate, being kind, being honest, treating me well, not treating me like a fucking piece of meat. That is what's up there for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. You know what I named this on my Facebook? This project? I named it the Chip Gaines Project.
I don't know what that is.
Chip and Joanna Gaines from Fixer Upper.
You lost me, girl.
I don't know.
Sorry. I just hung my head in shame. I don't know why. I don't watch that crap. You know it.
Okay. I mean, okay.
You know it.
I'll give you a rundown. Okay. So Chip and Joanna Gaines are on Fixer Upper, right? Chip, he's like a decent looking guy. He's not like blow you away hot. Like you're not going to walk away or whatever. But you look at him, he smiles. You're like, he has a kind face. Like he's not, like he's average looking. He's hilarious, first of all. Like he just is so goofy and like, like he does things like check out how much I can hang on this beam, and he falls because he's older than he thinks he is. Like he's just so goofy. They have like 8 fucking kids or something because obviously he's a great and thoughtful husband. They love each other so much. So like they do Fixer Upper, so they do the houses or whatever. He's just a great guy. So in my mind, when I was concocting this perfect person that does not exist, I said to myself, he has to be Chip Gaines worthy. Like he has to be on that level where he's like small town, like, really just good, kind, goofy, funny, really loves his wife. Like I really want that. I don't want somebody that I have to worry about. Like I don't want to worry. She doesn't worry about him. He's a dork. He doesn't want to not only does he not want to do anything, but he has no game even with her and they're married. He has
no game, the poor bastard.
His game is that he's sweet. It's not even game.
Like that game. That's good game.
Right. So that's what I said. I said, I'm going to get a Hallmark Chip Gaines, which doesn't exist and might.
And maybe it does.
And it might.
Listen, you've done enough kind and awesome things in your life. And I feel like you deserve your Chip Gaines with Hallmark qualities.
Well, this again, the argument that I had with a friend who was like, stop watching Hallmark. And I was like, bitch, I am Hallmark. So if I can be Hallmark, if I can bring Hallmark to somebody, I can have some in return. So stop. Like, don't you want me to be happy? Like, don't you want me to have that? Like, tell me to shoot. I
don't understand why somebody want to listen. Yeah. I love during Christmas time. My favorite thing in the whole entire fucking world is sitting and watching Christmas movies on Hallmark, even though there's no gay people, which I have a problem with. But I know it's the same story that's over and over and over again. I understand that it's the same story over and over again with different people in it, but I don't give a rat's balls. Nope. It is my happy place during Christmas. I watch all of them. I will watch the reruns of them.
Yep. I was just talking to Colleen today about Summer House, the one that was in Greece. Like where it's set in Greece, where she inherits a summer house in Greece. Yes. Like 3-4 times. I don't care. I love it.
Vinny is saying, I got something to weed out some people for you. Ask them to name their top 3 hockey players, or at least 3 rules of hockey. Oh, because you're saying that people are going to tell her that they like hockey and they really don't watch it or know what they're talking about. Gotcha.
Right. Which that is a good, I don't know though, because there's a lot of douchebags that watch hockey and sports. But at least it would help me. Well, okay. But so here's the other thing. not everybody is a Bruins fan, and so I have that.
Nobody is a Bruins fan that lives by you, especially.
Well,
like here.
There's a lot of transplants. Okay, so the first week that I was on, I remember looking and being like, wow, you are in rural South Carolina, girl, because these are people you've never seen before. Like, you're like, you don't wear camouflage, you don't do the things that these people do. Like they're like, you know, like these are the things that they're interested in. You are not. How are you going to find somebody here that's like you? Like, holy shit. But then I remembered, well, you're not from here. So there's got to be somebody else not from here who moved here.
There's got to be a lot of people that aren't from there. I feel like there are a lot of transplants down by you.
Yes. Yeah, there are. I mean, and that's
because it's a cheaper way of living. It's cheaper to live down there, and people are getting smart.
Right.
For a while, people were migrating to Pennsylvania. Then that turned into one giant fucking meth lab of a state. So now people are going down south.
Yep.
You know, like, I mean, there are a lot of transplants down by you.
Yeah, definitely. And so I got a little bit more, you know, like, okay, there's going to be somebody. It's just going to be a matter of finding them. Because it's also like, who's on a dating app? There might be some people who aren't because they don't think it's worth it. So I might have to find them other ways, is, you know, where my head was at. But anyway, I want to address this comment because I think it is an important comment.
Nice guys don't get far these days. Nice guys for the right person.
I'm sorry.
So nice guys for the right person. Like, I think that's literally everything. But here's the other thing that you have to worry about is that when you think of a nice guy, I think of the person that was nice to me for a really long period of time and then turned around and put a knife in my back because they were playing a part. They weren't actually nice. So here's the thing, like, we want nice guys, but we're also extremely intimidated by somebody being nice to us because we just don't know if it's real or not, because it's hard to believe that people are nice these days. There's not many nice people left.
Right.
He's a nice guy. This is a nice guy that just popped up on our screen, by the way. I know him in real life. He is a nice guy, but not everybody is, man. Not everybody is.
Right.
So,
and we are quite jaded and quite, you know, like, you can talk to us for months and we still are like, maybe he has another family in another state. Like, because we have known these things to be real.
Exactly.
We've been duped.
Right. And dishonesty is it's much more frequent when you start dating. Like, dishonesty is much more frequent than actual honesty when it comes to men for us. It's unfortunate, but it is the way that it is. I mean, and it's not just the guys that I'm attracting. It's not just the guys that Vanessa's attracting. All of my female friends will tell you, it's like, this person completely charmed me into believing he was this way. And then after he got comfortable, turned into somebody that grew horns and a tail, and not in a cute way like we are.
Right. Well, okay. So that's actually perfect, because I even caught myself where I was like, I'm being a little too not me. You know, like I'm being a little too like, don't be too much. Don't be too much. And then it was like, well,
no,
eventually you're going to find out how big your personality is. So you better just.
Right. For me, like, being like too much is like not a thing that I worry about anymore, because if you don't love me at my crazy, which is at a constant, my crazy doesn't calm down much. Like, I'm either at a constant level of mania or I'm asleep. I don't know. But like, I'm always a little bit I'm always a little bit high strung, and I'm always a little bit cuckoo. If you can't handle my cuckoo bananas, I don't want to dupe you into thinking that I'm this like perfectly normal girl that, like, you know, I'm nice. I'm nice. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not.
No, I was like, Paige,
I am certainly a little bit fucking crazy. Like, I'm not a mean crazy. Like, but like, I am a little.
You're not actually crazy. The thing is
I'm
that
a little nutty.
You're not nutty.
I'm an almond joy. I'm not a mountains. Let's be real.
You're not a coconut. Okay, I need to think about that one. No, but like, when you think of crazy, you're not crazy. You're made crazy by people doing some shit to you. If a nice person comes in and acts nice to you, you are like a trophy wife. Like, you are going to treat them so well. You are not, and in your anxiety, in your, like, you know, crazy anxiety states, you're not going to lash out at them.
No, I don't lash out on people.
That's why you're not crazy. If you
no,
crazy,
I'm not crazy. I can calm down my anxiety attacks. I can calm down my mania. It's nobody else's fault. I'm not going to yell at you when I'm in some kind of way. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all. Like, I think that anybody that can't control their batshit absolutely needs to go see a therapist or the doctor. Maybe you've got more going on than you're just stressed out. Like, for me, I have anxiety. I was born anxious. I was born high strung. I was born to somebody who made me that way. My whole family was like that and made me that way. It was environmental and it was genetic. But I know how to control it now. I know how to control it. I've gone to years of fucking seeing doctors and therapists and everything else because I'm not going to take it out on anybody else. If I was really, truly crazy, I wouldn't tell anybody I was crazy either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't know. I always tell people, I'm like, crazy people don't know they're crazy, dude.
Right.
They don't know.
It's true. It's so true. Like, my favorite, one of my relatives, I'm not crazy. Okay. I think about 15 other doctors, like a panel of physicians and like psychiatrists and therapists. They would completely disagree with that statement. Like, you're actually certifiable.
Right. But yeah, so see, this is the thing. And like, not to give you a therapy session, but like the way that you talk about yourself is really important. Like, you're not crazy. You really aren't.
I'm not crazy, but I am high strung. I am a little bit manic. I don't take it out on anybody, but I am high strung and I'm a little bit anxious. And I do think that if you're like a super mellow person, you might have a hard time with me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I'm going to even say though, like, when things are good with you, you are not.
No.
Like, life is crazy right now. So
life has kicked me around a little bit. I'm working on it. I'm working on fixing the things that are crazy in my life. I'm working on it. It's really hard. Like, it's not easy fucking, you know, like I was one way for the last 20 something years, you know what I mean? Yeah. And now I'm not.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm taking a little bit of time to recover and find myself, like, as a single person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's taken quite some time. Like, it's taken quite some time.
That's what happened to me is I was just like, I mean, it's been 2 years since I left my last relationship and I haven't even once thought like, hey, I should get in another relationship. It was like, dude, you have a lot of work to do. Like, you have a lot of work to do to deal with the trauma from that relationship, to deal with all of like what keeps you in this cycle of accepting these men who really don't deserve the kind of things that you bring to the relationship. Like, and I had to take that time to understand me and like me, not just me, but me in relationships, as that is different sometimes. Like, you have to do that.
Yeah.
But
I also
and that makes people like be like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship with her. But like, the reality is, get in a relationship with Paige, you're gonna get spoiled as shit. Until you do something awful, and then, you know,
right, then I'm a spiteful bitch. But like,
she's Italian, and you know, whatever happens happens.
No, like, the thing is, when I am in a relationship, I do like to spoil the person I'm with, not with like gifts or anything like that, but I like to cook for you. I like to do things like for you. I like to do things with you. Like, and I will be your trophy wife that you can show off to your friends, and I will do my best to not embarrass you in any way, and you know, while I'm there. But like, I do like to spoil the person that I'm with. Yeah. It's kind of part of being single. Like, that's one of the things that I miss, is like being that happy where I want to do all nice things for people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I do miss that part of it. Yeah. I mean, listen, if the correct relationship fell out of the sky, I'm not going to negate that it has possibilities. I mean, so here's my whole thing. What I've learned, let me tell you.
It and make it happen, because apparently that's the thing.
So listen, let me tell you what has been my thing lately, what I've come to realize about myself. Sorry, my allergies are horrible. So Dr. Light was mellow as hell.
Sorry, I missed that comment because we were deep in discussion and I didn't want it to go. Anyways, go ahead.
So this is what I've come to realize, what I've accidentally done. I was so adamant about not being in a relationship with somebody that I realized the type of girl that I've become to several guys who keep on ending up in my inbox. I'm a little bit fucking overwhelmed with it all. So I've told people that I'm not like a relationship person. Like I'm not trying to be in a relationship right now. Right now is not relationship me. This is me trying to get my shit together. So when somebody tells you that, what do you, I guess in guys' mind, it's like, I want to stick my dick in you. If you're not the relationship kind, let me get a quick one. And I think it's the time of year, maybe. Okay. Like summer is coming to a close. In the last week, I am getting "what are you doing" messages from people that I stopped talking to months ago that want to get it in. And it's like, I'm also not that person either. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't make me feel like a hooker. Like, just because I said I didn't want a relationship does not mean that I want you booty calling me repeatedly.
After months of not being around.
Like, of not even speaking to me. Like, get out of here. And one of them was like really horrible to me. Like, where it's just like, I don't know what you think, where your brain is right now. Like, I don't know why you think I'm that person either. Like, I'm not that person. Like, I'm not here for your enjoyment or pleasure. Okay. Like, so
I don't know. It's like what they hear. Like if they hear I don't want a relationship, they hear, well, you obviously want sex though, right?
You want something, right? You want something. No, I didn't say that either.
What sentence did I say? I don't want a relationship.
I think it's okay to put me on pause for like 4 months and then revisit the situation. Like, no, I'm good, thank you. And I'm talking like I was sitting out on Wednesday night with my friend, and it was like literally 5 dudes up in my fucking phone where I'm like, I don't even have the damn patience for this. Like, this is fucking weird. It's weird. So I'm going to stop saying that too. I'm going to stop saying I don't want a fucking relationship because I don't want to be treated like a hooker either. I think that that's crazy. Like, I don't understand.
You know, like, we should be able to say that. And like, I actually, as we were talking about the nice guy thing, I was like, you know, I feel like a little bit sometimes though, we are misunderstood or we're not believed in what the words are that we're saying. Because, you know, hearing you say that and being like, well, now I have to change what I say or what I do because you don't understand is like, that's not fair. We do have to do that, unfortunately, but it's not fair. Like,
no, I do have to do it. Whether it's fair or not, I don't want to be fucking treated that way. And if that is the behavior that caused it, which I feel like it might, like, I do feel like that might be the behavior that caused it. But I'm not here to take around for a fucking ride, okay, either. Like, so I'm going to just stop saying that, like, when I meet people, because I don't want to be fucking treated like that down the road. I am not disposable. I'm not your hooker. I am not your what are you doing person. Like, you could say, what are you doing to me? I'm doing this. What? Say you're looking for, or say you're looking for the relationship.
That is what's working for me.
Right.
I'm not getting relationship. I'm not getting, hey, booty call, because I'm like, you know what I'm looking for? If you don't come in here like that man on Hallmark, I'm not even going to answer your message.
Listen, here's the whole thing. I'm not saying that I want to turn into a nun or the person that is in the relationship necessarily. I don't want a relationship to translate into me being a fucking hooker. I don't want to be the person that you call at 3 o'clock in the morning. I want to be the person that you call at 8 o'clock at night and want to take me out to dinner. I don't want, you know, and then what happens.
For the relationship.
But I'm not looking for the relationship necessarily. I'm trying to get my fucking life and shit together.
I get what he's saying, and I
get exactly what he's saying.
Dude, here's the deal. Like, he's a dude, and he's saying, literally, to me, it translates as him saying, well, if you tell me you're looking for the relationship, I'm not even going to message you because I don't want to be mistaken for that.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if you are looking or you are not looking. It's about, again, like you were saying, changing what you say
so that you can
get the results that you need. And the results that you need is all these fuckboys to just leave you alone.
Right. And I know a lot of fuckboys like watch this show because they want to see
oh, hey guys.
I know a lot of fuckboys want to see this show and be like, hey. Okay, like I know that happens because I've had people tell me that it fucking happens. So I already know that it happens. So here's the deal. Like, I don't want to be that phone call. I think that like some of the guys aren't bad people, but you just have the wrong image in your mind of what I am right now and what I'm looking for. And I'm not looking for any bullshit right now. I'm really not. My head is filled with enough bullshit. I have so much bullshit in my fucking head that I just don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
And I also, like I said, I don't want to feel like your booty call. Like, I don't want that to, like, your booty call. Like, I don't want the 3 a.m. phone call. I want the phone call earlier in the day asking me out to dinner and not just having me stuck in my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that person.
Well, that's what happened. Like, that was part of the work that I was doing when I was kind of like, well, you know, like now you have to do like, you know, I was like eye rolling and being like, fucking, I have to like therapy myself. And it's like my least favorite thing in the entire world because it's ugly. I know because I work with people every day and I see how ugly it is for them. And it is ugly every time I have to do it, but I have to be honest and I have to, you know, work through it. If I want, even if at the time I wasn't looking for a relationship, at the time it wasn't to have a relationship, but at the time it was like, I just need these people to stop coming into my life. Why are they coming into my life? And I went way, way, way back in the time machine. And it was the exact same thing that you're talking about. I put it out there as I was just looking for fun and I only wanted blah, blah, blah. And I don't want somebody to get married or whatever. And at the time it felt like
attracting the wrong people as soon as you say it.
As soon as you say it. And it wasn't like I didn't feel at that time, I didn't feel bad about it because to be honest, I was doing a lot of things that were perpetrating that, and I was doing them too. You know, I wasn't just saying it.
I was too.
So,
I'm not saying I'm innocent.
What's going to happen? You were acting that way. You can't act that way and then say you don't want it. And like that was some of the work where I was like, well, I have to then not say it. I have to say nothing, or I have to say something that shows that.
I think what Samantha said is fucking perfect.
And it started with if I were going to. Because I still wasn't there. If I were going to get in a relationship, it has to be this, this, and this. And it kind of snowballed from there, where I then was like, well, do I? You know, like, but it started out with just like, I just want these people to go away. I don't want this anymore. It's pissing me off. Same thing.
Well, I think like what's upsetting me is like the people that like, it's like all of a sudden, it's like I'm being bombarded with this shit. It's like, you thought you could forget about me. Like, I thought that this was said and done. Like, I thought this was like a done deal. It's like, we could be cool with each other, but I don't want to fucking hang with you anymore. And I thought that's where all of those people, that message, I'm not kidding. It was 5 different people. We were sitting there and we're just like, is this fucking really happening right now? Like, why is all of this happening? And it's like, you waited 4 months and you turned me into that person all over again.
Yeah.
All over again. Like, cut it out, man. And I'm going to have to, like, cut it, like, you know, like, just cut it out. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But players will play and give you actually what you're looking for. Then get into bed with you.
No, and so, see, here's the thing, though. There are tells that we ignore.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like even when I've had those experiences where I got played, quote unquote, I didn't get played.
You saw them, you ignored
I just didn't care.
Listen, my biggest thing, and it comes from the book, he's just not that into you. Okay. It's one of the most brilliant. I don't care that Greg Brandt is divorced now and he was married when he wrote it. And he does talk about his relationship with, I don't care. Okay, because that gave some of the best fucking advice that I've ever had in my entire life. And one of them is, you are the rule. You are not the exception. So if you think a guy that is doing this to you, that it makes you the exception to the rule, forget it. You're not the exception to the rule. You are the fucking rule.
Yeah.
And proceed as such. Like, you are the goddamn rule.
Right.
So I now anything I see the red flags now. I've ignored them. Like, exactly. I've ignored them in the past and I'm not willing to do it again. It's not happening again.
Exactly.
It's not happening again. Like, you know what? I'm not an asshole. It's not happening again.
Right. And I'm too damn old to be dealing with it. And this is like, you know, I'm pretty nervous right now because I'm like, well, now I've been tricked into thinking I want a relationship. So now I really have to work and I really have to pay attention. You know what I mean? Whereas before I felt like, I don't really want anything. So I don't even care if I chat. In my mind, it was literally like, I don't care if I chat with somebody for 3 months. I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Funny. But now it really is like, if it doesn't feel right, I'm just not going for it. I'm not trying to make it happen. I'm not trying to understand why you're that way. I'm not trying to, like, I'm just.
The only thing we're trying to make happen is fetch, okay? We're not trying to make any stupid men happen.
Trying to make fetch happen.
We're trying to make fetch happen.
You download these freaking things and they give you notifications all the time if you haven't been on there. I haven't been on there in days. And every day they're like, hey, I got something for you. Hey,
messages here. You're matched with somebody.
And I'm just like, leave me alone. I don't even want to be on here. I'll come on here if I need more screenshots. I got plenty right now. Thank you.
When my social experiment needs more work, I will be back.
Exactly. Like I'm still dealing with this part of the book that I wasn't expecting. So just give me a break, guys.
Working on a chapter here, a couple chapters here. Leave me alone. Okay. So I want to talk about really quick. We've talked a lot about relationships tonight, which we frequently do. I want to bring up some pop culture that's happening because we were talking about Hallmark, and we have to talk about. So I don't watch Dancing with the Stars. If you remember, Vanessa, when I was working at Boulevard, when you came racing into the Boulevard because Gavin DeGraw was going to be, I convinced my boss, who at the time that boss that I had, was one of my favorite human beings on the planet. And it was a sports bar. It was definitely a sports bar. The only time we turned the volume on the TVs, when we did do Walking Dead nights, but was when there were sports on. And I convinced my boss, when Gavin DeGraw was going to be on Dancing with the Stars, I convinced him to let me put it on all of the TVs. It was, he literally was like standing there on his laptop at the end of the bar, like
these bitches, why do they do this shit?
Everybody in there was like,
yeah. He's on the jukebox all the time. Now he's on the TV.
No, we cannot. Right. Like, and we cannot turn the jukebox on, my friends. We're watching the jukebox on our TVs. But anyway, so the new season of Dancing with the Stars was released. And my favorite Hallmark cheating man, Jesse Metcalfe, aka John Tucker Must Die, who it sounds like he's the horrible boyfriend and fiance, but he is so smoking hot, and I'm not fucking him, and he's not my boyfriend or fiance, so I don't give a rat's balls. He is going to be on Dancing with the Stars. So I kind of hope he gets cut quickly, because I'm going to have to watch it just to see his fine ass dance across my screen. Okay, so I almost hope he doesn't make it too long, because I can't watch that show. That show is pitiful. It is horrible, and it is heinous. And what also it confirms how horrible and heinous it is Carol fucking Baskin is going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Okay, the woman who has made her career out of possibly feeding her husband to the tigers.
Probably.
Well, she killed him. I mean, regardless if she fed him to the tigers or not, or whether his plane crashed somewhere on the way to Costa Rica, we don't fucking know. But Carol Baskin is going to be on the fucking show. So this confirms that it is the biggest piece of shit show on television. Like, it really is.
Other than Nikki Bella's baby daddy is back on this season.
I don't even know I know that has something to do with wrestling.
Artem. Yes, Artem, the dancer. Yeah. I can't say his last name. Shnoff. I don't even think she can say his last name, and now her child has his last name.
It's like M. Night Shyamalan. Like, whoever married that poor bastard and married M. Night Shyamalan, you know, the guy who wrote the Fence and Signs. That guy.
Yeah, totally. Yes, no, Artem is going to be on Dancing with the Stars this year. And I mean, if he gets paired up with Carol Baskin, I'm just going to die of happiness of just seeing that whole thing.
Oh my God. So I don't know. I don't think they've released who people are getting paired up with yet. Like, I think that's like another big release that they do, because I haven't seen it yet. But there is already a meme of like, imagine being a professional dancer and being like a credited person in the dance community, and you're on Dancing with the Stars, and you get Carol fucking Baskin as a partner.
Yeah. I've seen so many that are like, Carol Baskin on Dancing with the Stars if she doesn't win. And it's like Michael from The Office, I'll kill you.
I can't. I can't. It's so ridiculous. And my favorite is their press release for Carol Baskin being on, like, she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars. And then they've got her in the fucking flower bandana. Like, you couldn't find a better picture than the one of her in the flower headbands. I can't.
That's why she's there. She ain't there for any other reason except for we are like, Tiger King was the greatest effing thing to happen in this pandemic. It kept us all alive at the beginning. When
Listen, and what I think is crazy is that is so far the most normal fucking thing that's happened in 2020 is the Tiger King. Explain that to me.
I know. That is so
what the fuck?
pathetic. Yeah.
Murder hornets. Like at one point the government was like, we're so sick of this heat being on us, we're just gonna admit that there's fucking aliens out there, okay?
Yeah, I know. You know what? I love that the people that are like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we're watching all this dumb shit, but nobody cares that the like government is literally like, yeah, I mean, probably UFOs are real. Like, I thought we were
totally a cover up.
It wasn't.
Listen, yeah, like Area 51 was a cover up. Go on with your day, please. Like,
exactly. And we're so fucked up that we're like, yeah, I mean, whatever.
I literally can't take it. Our life is so ridiculous. Like, it's so ridiculous. And I don't think that,
which, you know, I mean, it makes sense that I would, again, this is why the Truman Show theory is starting to make sense, is that I'm like, in the midst of all this crazy thing, exactly what I want is going to happen. I don't believe it.
Something good has to come out of this year for one of us. I hope that that's fucking it for you, man.
Maybe the only way that I can manifest like a love interest is by having a pandemic. Like a global fucking pandemic is the only way that I'll find works.
It. How'd you meet your husband? During a global pandemic on Facebook dating?
I couldn't go to a bar and pick up a fucking idiot, which is what I would normally do. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way.
COVID was weird times. Like, COVID was weird times. I met my husband on Facebook dating during COVID. Like, you know, like, I think it's great. I mean, if that's what happens, if that's the good thing that comes out of this hot mess that we're dealing with, I love it. Because you deserve all the good things.
We shall see. I mean, and then, half the problem is I know that I can give myself the good things. So I got real caught up in the like, well, I don't need nobody. And it's like, yeah, of course you don't fucking need anybody.
You don't need anybody.
It might be nice to have a good somebody. You don't know because you've never had a good somebody. But probably it's good.
Well, I'm glad it happened either way. And we're about to be at the hour and 15-minute mark. Do we have anything else? Yeah, we really yapped today.
Yeah, we did. Well, because, you know, I had to let it all out. I feel like I had to admit living a lie. I wasn't living a lie, but I had to really just be like, y'all, I'm going back on my word. And I need to explain how and why.
I can't.
I don't mind being wrong. And that's what all the stuff that I have on my Instagram about men, I'm like, I want to take that back. I want to be like, I'm not mad at men anymore. I don't
want to be a bitter human. I don't want to be a bitter bitch either. Do you think that I want to be a bitter bitch? Please, somebody prove me wrong.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was at. I was like, well, then show me this. And that universe was like, okay. And I was like, oh, fuck. I wasn't expecting it. I just didn't think it was going to happen.
Listen, I'm glad that it happened, though.
Me too.
All right. I think I'm due for a real cigarette now. My fourth and final of the day. Look, I'm not even drinking Dr. Pepper. I know. Trying to get my shit together over here, guys. I really am. Okay.
You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
Trying with a sourpuss on my face, but I'm trying.
I'll do it, but I won't like it.
I'll do it, but I don't want to. I'm going to try to be an adult and not fill myself with Newport 100s, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to keep my drinking to a minimum. Doesn't sound fun, but I'll do it.
Sounds like a life-ruining decision, but we'll.
This is like a life-ruining thing here. Like, this sounds dumb.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it.
Good, because you deserve good too. We've been through way too many dumb, like, just horrible things.
Yeah. And listen, it's more important that I sleep than it is that I have drinks. Like, and I'm going to take sleeping pill tonight. And I don't want to die. We don't want me to pull a Heath Ledger with like a mixture of drugs. So I'm going to.
That is the truth.
Yeah, I'm going to not be stupid, and I'm going to have some water now, drink some water, and take a sleeping pill. So that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get my shit together, man.
I love it. I love
right.
it.
I love you, and I love everybody that watched, even though I was a little bit of a bitch tonight. Sorry, guys. No, not really. I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry at all.
This is who we are. We show up as who we are.
I'm really not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Right.
But anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah. Good night, y'all.